First of all, Maryland, very good team, played really well. Thought the second half, the last thing I said to the guys before walking on the court was the first 5 minutes, fight, be desperate. Don't let them make a run. Last words I said, and they went and made 3 straight threes, 4 straight threes. We turned the ball over. A lot of credit goes to them. We did not compete. We did not fight. We didn't meet their intensity. At times it looked like we gave up. And I just asked the guys, is that the case? Have you given up? This is really hard. It's not going to get easy. And there's only one way out, and that's to fight with every bit of fiber that's in your body, to understand that no matter who we're facing, we probably won't be the most talented. But if you have a will and if you play desperately on the defensive end and fighting to get rebounds and be efficient offensively, we got a fighting chance. A lot of this is new for them because a lot of guys for the first time are playing in severely different roles. And I'm asking them to be selfless, to try to play the right way and compete every second of every day, practices as well as games. And it's hard for them. So we're going to keep plugging away. We're not giving up. It's hard. They need to have some success, and it needs to come in the form of a W. But nobody's going to, any opponent that we're going to play is not going to feel sorry for us and give us a W. They're going to come in here and try to beat our head in by 30 or 40, and we got to have pride and understand what it is. We got dropped off in the jungle, and we got to make it out. That's what it is, survival of the fittest. Questions?
Kenny, when you talk about that competitive piece, the fighting, does it surprise you, or why do you think it is that 7 games in that would still be a question?
I think first it starts with individuals. I think who you are as a person, you can see. And understanding that every time you practice or you play, you're being evaluated by something or somebody. And if you don't understand what evaluations mean, you better ask questions or you better go see a acting school and learn how to play role differently. Because if I'm watching film and I see a guy that doesn't compete on the defensive end, that doesn't hit people to get rebounds, I'm watching that film and I'm telling him, go after him. He'll quit. He'll lay down. That's an evaluation. So whatever, when you look at our team, you look at, I don't know how many turnovers, and they scored 21 points off our turnovers. That's a huge thing that's happening every single game that's killing us. We have to do a better job of taking care of the ball. We have to do a better job of, whether it's the first half or the second half, being better defensively. If not, teams are going to beat us. We can't manufacture enough points for bad offense, so we have to get stops. Hopefully that answers your question.
Coach, just in regards to you talk about playing desperate, is it something or a situation where if there are guys that are not used to playing that you're going to have to just go to the guys that are at least going to give full out effort, even if maybe the execution isn't there? Is that going to be something that you may have to think about doing?
I got to definitely look at that. It was the reason why I put Fabio and Devin Ree in the game, to give them a chance to see Zan as well. They work hard in practice. They deserve an opportunity. I can't look in the eyes of players and see tentative players and say, I got to leave you out here. I need to see aggressive players. I need to see confident basketball players. And these fans deserve to see confident basketball players. And we got to fix it. I don't have all the answers to that. Some of that is psychological. Some of that is personality stuff. But I can only tell you it's disheartening for me to see guys playing a game when from day one I'm saying all I'm asking you to do is be in great shape, play with great energy, and be super confident. That's all I'm asking. Yes, I want you to play together, but if you're confident and you play with energy, you got a chance. So I hadn't got to that point yet. I'm not giving up on it. I don't think, at least they just said they hadn't given up on us. We haven't given up on them. We got to fight our way out of it.
Coach, you just kind of answered it, but when you asked them in there if there are guys that are giving up, did you get the response you were hoping for?
I really wasn't hoping for any kind of response. I just wanted the truth. I wanted them to be able to say their truth, and for the most part they did. They said that they're not giving up. They said that there are times when adversity hits and they panic and they don't play together. They haven't understood fully how to handle adversity as a group, as a team, and that's one of the areas that they want to continue to try to get better at.
I know you said you haven't given up on that first group, but do you want them to look at, I know the game is out of hand, but do you want them to look at the way those guys played at the end tonight and maybe draw something from that about the way you compete?
I think that, of course I do. I want them to see what confident basketball players do, regardless if you're better or not. Doesn't matter. When you step on the floor, you play with confidence, you play with great energy, you play with a determination. Defensively, you play with a desperateness. We got to have more guys as a group that play that way. Because, listen, we're playing a tough schedule. We're playing great teams. We got Miami coming in here soon, next couple days. So nobody's like, there are no cupcakes in this. Every single team can play. You are fighting for your life, for your livelihood, for your, not just this university, for your family's name. We all are being evaluated by this. How are we going to handle it? As a leader, I'm being evaluated by this. I'm not in any way discouraged. Am I hesitant about it? Not at all. Do I feel like we're not going to get it done? Not at all. I know I'm going to flip this program around. My heart goes out to young people who have doubt. My heart goes out to players who may think that life is going to be easy and they don't have to give 110% in order to be pretty good. And I want them to have success so that they can go out and prove to people they belong. And then I want to win games. I want to win games. I want them to have success.
Coach, in regards to the start of the second half, you talked about the several threes that Maryland hit coming out. All of those were pretty much standstill, wide open threes. In terms of the defense, is it something where the communication isn't there? Is it lack of understanding? What's going on with the defense to start the half?
So, one of the game plans was in transition. We know they're a great transition team. So you can't jog back. You have to sprint back. Then you have to communicate. You may not be on your particular man at the moment. Just get to a man, get to a shooter. We came back and we were hesitant. We sprinted back, went back to the lane. A guy stops at the three-point line. Two guys are guarded. Two guys are semi-guarded. One guy's guarding nobody. He's wide open. It's not good enough. We talked about sprinting back, communicate. It may not be your man. Find a man so that they don't get transition threes.
Offensively, the turnovers were better tonight, only 13, but only 6 assists. Is that just a matter of you're not a good passing team, you're not good at setting other guys up, or guys trying to do too much by, driving the ball?
I think it's a little bit of all of it, to be honest with you. I think that we have to become a better passing team. There were plays when we had Brandon in the post with a defender on his back and we threw it to the inside hand. There were plays when we're coming down the court and we're panicked and we dribble it off our foot. Things that if you're patient, if you're confident, you wouldn't think would happen. But for us, for some reason, it's happening, and we got to figure that part out. I want to be the type of team that is a good passing team because that leads to good offense. I want to be a team that can get the ball in the lane off the drive. Well, right now, if you look at our starting group, other than L. Ellis, everybody else is semi-timid to attack the lane. That's a problem. We got to get those guys better at attacking the lane, being under control, and making passes to other players.
Good.